They were down 10 in the second half, and they were up 10 with 90 seconds left in that game.
Sure.
We know they have the best quarterback in football. We thought they would probably have an improved defense. But what did the defense do after that opening drive for the Chargers where they drove down the field to go up 10 points? 3 and out, pick six, 3 and out, 6 and out. And the 6 and out was the drive where they hit Herbert enough that I think they cracked a couple of his ribs. So this team with this quarterback, and it's the toughest division in football, guys, and week 2 hasn't even started, and everyone's got a loss, except for the Chiefs, of course, who are undefeated, and 2-0, and now have extra time to rest. And were you familiar with the guys catching touchdowns last night? The Watson kid, I got to tell you, not that familiar with his work. Watched the game with Coach Mangini. We're like, hey, that kid went to Penn 6 years ago. Looks awful lot like Tyreek Hill running that little seam pattern.
Like
he did.
Tyreek Hill.
On that play, he did. Tyreek complimented Mahomes on the pass because that should have been his touchdown. And so, yeah, listen, I understand they're the Chiefs, and the only way Mahomes is going to get the full credit he deserves is if he can somehow find a way to play himself and almost beat him. Because that's why Josh Allen gets the credit for almost beating Mahomes, and Justin Herbert gets credit for almost beating Mahomes. The best thing Mahomes could do is lose to himself. Then he'll get the credit. But, yeah, I'm a little more confident today because they beat the Chargers. You guys knew I was 18%. The proprietary algorithm told us 18% chance they lose. They didn't lose. So, yeah, I'm more confident, bro.
Well, it went just like we all expected. We said it'd be a close game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I said on my radio show, The Odd Couple, 7 to 10 Eastern,
7 to 10.
Monday through Friday,
Okay, yep.
I said that I thought the Chiefs would win, but I would take the Chargers with the points because they were 4.5-point favorites, right? And so it played out just like I expected. Obviously, different individual things happening. But let me first say this. This is going to be the first objective voice that the audience has because we know when it comes to the Chiefs, Nick's going to sing their praises no matter what. Nick, look, I like the Chiefs, and I love Mahomes. You know that. So I'm with you on that they pulled out a victory. And what they showed us, Nick, is that they can get it done. All right? They somehow, some way, because they have that great quarterback, they are never out of it. We saw it when they won the Super Bowl, right? We saw it last year in that magical 13 seconds, and we saw it last night. They pull out a game that they got outplayed in. They got outplayed.
By what metric?
There was one, the Chargers threw for about 100 more yards.
Does that include the 100 they threw to the Chiefs?
No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No, it'd be too
They threw for 100 more yards. Total, they had about 80 more yards. They had more first downs. They had more time of possession.
Hang the banner.
And this isn't the Chiefs who have these huge plays all the time that, skews the time of possession. They played, Mahomes is taking what the defense gives him, longer drives, things like that. So they outplayed them. It was that one play. That was the difference in the game. One play by Jalen Watson, the 90-yard pick. Now, give the Chiefs credit that Mahomes didn't make the mistake that Herbert made. I feel you, and some are going to say, well, others dropped interceptions that Mahomes could have had. Forget that. He didn't make the mistake that Justin Herbert made. That was the game, Nick. Here's one more thing that was the game, too. When the Chargers offensive linemen, they lost 2 offensive linemen for the second half. That turned things, too, because the Chiefs got a lot more pressure on Herbert in the second half. They got a lot more pressure. Frank White had 3 quarterback pressures in the second half, none in the first half. That was a big thing, too. So, look, they pulled out a win. I don't think they are what I thought they were. They are a contender. They have a chance to win it. But are they head and shoulders above the rest of the AFC? No.
Oh, only 2-0.
They are what I thought they were.
I know that. Only 2-0 team.
Oh,
I know that.
Really?
They just are.
Really?
They just are. They literally have double the wins of whoever the second best team is. I know that. Here's the thing, Wildes.
Go.
People have decided that in order for the Chiefs to get the credit they deserve, they have to look the way they looked 4 years ago. People have decided they're not allowed to win this way. Because this Charger team Shutting them down defensively in the second half is a hell of an accomplishment. And being able, by the way, to have your offense function the way it functioned throughout that game, playing a clean game, not turning the ball over, despite the fact that it's all these new pieces against a defense with Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Asante Samuel Jr. is a hell of an accomplishment. But because it's not 50-yard bombs, it was only a 41-yard bomb. I'm sorry. And because it's not 2 scrambled touchdowns, it was only 1 where he does a little sidearm thing. People are like, they don't remind me of the 2018 Chiefs enough. Are they allowed to win close, gritty football games?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then are they allowed to, on a short week, come back twice from double-digit deficits against a team many people think can go to the Super Bowl? Might have the best quarterback in the division. I just don't know what standards. Brew can say that I'm not objective. I feel like I'm the only objective person when it comes to the Chiefs. I judge them the way every other team is judged. Everyone else judges them against a standard of themselves from how the offense looked 4 years ago.
Okay. There's nothing I enjoy more in life than a delicious ice cream sundae and disagreeing with you. They're my 2 favorites. And if I could combine them on some day after the show, I would just love it. But I'm not going to have ice cream, and I'm not going to disagree with you. Here's the problem. We spent the entire offseason debating, Herbert and Mahomes right here. Maybe Herbert's got the edge on Mahomes. He doesn't. Mahomes is by far the best quarterback in the league. And last night you saw it. And yes, Mahomes had a few kind of interceptions. Herbert had a real interception. And that's one of the reasons that Justin Herbert in his career is 16-18 and Patrick Mahomes is 60-13. 60-13. And I am an unrepentant worshiper of quarterback wins. Unapologetic. And people are like, no, Wildes. There's a lot of factors. You're right. There is a lot of factors. One of the factors is a quarterback making the right decision. And when Everett has caught 2 consecutive passes and is like me at the bar after having 2 drinks, like, hey, I got to go, man. Where's the Uber? Like, nah, one more. Like, no, man, I don't have it. I want to go. And Herbert looks for him and throws it to him, and it goes the other way. He doesn't even have the energy to, even make an attempt at it. Man, that's on Herbert. And Brandon Staley, after the game, says, he was asked about it, he said, it was just unlucky what happened. No, it wasn't. It wasn't unlucky at all. It was a bad decision. If Mahomes made that decision, he would get ripped.
No, but that's where
he's 16-13. I'm a quarterback wins guy.
We're all with you that Mahomes is the superior quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the league.
Here's the thing, and this is what's so frustrating for me, is I watch the Thursday night football game, and Josh Allen, who's a great player, Chris Collinsworth is creating fake stats to help him. Because he had 11 straight completions, then he got unlucky on a play, and he's like, you know what? Those should be called NHFs, not his faults. And then I'm watching Mahomes play, who, again, whatever benefit of the doubt Josh Allen has earned, Mahomes has earned triple-fold over him. And what I'm hearing is, maybe it should be another new stat. Should have been picked. SBPs. Hey, Mahomes, how many SBPs did he have last night? Stop it. Those things all even out in the wash over the course of the year. Last year, when Mahomes was having the crazy interception numbers early, a lot of them were off receivers' hands. And nobody was trying to be like, you know what, it's unfair. What they were saying is the league's figured him out. And it is crazy to me, the level of deference guys who all they have done in this league is put up good numbers and lose to Patrick Mahomes get, and the lack of deference that Patrick Mahomes, who all he's done in this league is kick everybody's ass but Tom Brady. That's it. He's just beaten everyone that's come in front of him except for Tom Brady and Joe Burrow last year. And it's like, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's going to look like without Tyreek. And last night, you came back from another double-digit deficit, but you were outplayed. Were you really the better team? Was Herbert the more impressive player? I think it's crazy.
Well, look, I agree with you. You made this statement, I don't know if it was last week or earlier this week, that Mahomes is the most disrespected great player in the league. I agree with you.
I buy that.
Okay? And PFF, I mean, how they could have him the 8th best quarterback last weekend is ridiculous. So I've complained about NFL.com having him the 5th best quarterback entering the season. So all that's true. But I do think you're overstating it a bit. I mean, I thought Mahomes got praised last night when he scrambled and threw the touchdown to McKinnon. Like, he was getting praised for that,
Sure.
Scrambling and the sidearm throw. People talking about how he was a great baseball player and stuff. So I think that's a bit overstated that nobody's giving him any respect, because I thought he got a lot of praise during the game and after the game as well. All I'm saying to you, Nick, look, the Chiefs should be lauded for winning that game last night. Like I said, they found a way to get it done. But you won't agree that they were generally outplayed?
No.
Doesn't mean they're not better than the Chargers, but last night the Chargers, you talk about the short week. It's a shorter week for the road team. So they were on the road in Arrowhead and without their best receiver, Keenan Allen. I mean, Mike Williams looked like a freaking Hall of Famer last night, but you won't say they were generally outplayed, but the Chiefs found a way to do it like champions do.
No, what I will say is that if you want to say it's a boxing match and through 6 rounds the Chargers were ahead on points and then the Chiefs knocked them out, fine. But it doesn't mean without the knockout punch they wouldn't have still found a way to win. There's 2 numbers that I saw via Chiefs Twitter that I wanted to tell you guys about. That it's you, because it came up am I more confident? I am more confident now because, not about Mahomes, because of the defense. Because Patrick Mahomes is now 45-1 when his defense doesn't allow more than 27 points. Think about that. That's an impossible stat. It's true. Here's a more impossible one. No quarterback, show the double-digit comebacks, because this is a who's who mostly of great quarterbacks, and no one in the history of the league wins half their games. Brady's the next best ever. 39% of the time when he's down double digits, he comes back to win. Joe Montana's next best. Seems like pretty important. Patrick Mahomes does it more often than not. He has a higher winning percentage in games he's trailed by 10 than Justin Herbert has in games he's played.
That's pretty
and
good.
I've got to listen to the fact that there's an argument about who's the best quarterback in the division, about who's the best team in the division, about who's the best quarterback in the conference. It's nonsense. And last night in a game that Justin Herbert threw a pick 6 to lose it, people are like, oh man, he might outplay. Patrick could have had 5 interceptions. Well, he could have, but he had 0. And Herbert had 1, and it cost him the game. So I don't know. It just feels like we're kind of moving the goalposts a bit on one particular team.
I know, we're moving them back now. They were up, or are we moving forward?
I'm not sure what
we don't know which direction the goalposts are moving, but we're going to get them to a fair place.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.